Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm bored already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No.
See, you can't even get Alexa Legion to count one by one to 1 million. And you trying to tell me that somebody is sitting up there counting out 38 trillion of anything in a whole lot? That's more ridiculous than them telling you that, oh, we'll release the files in 75 years. We'll release the truth in 75 years, but until then, you gotta believe what we say. Okay. So you're at the point where money is God, you know what I mean, to them, and that's when the Most High says, I'm not the author of confusion. Okay? Say, Yah is not the author of confusion. But when you think about it, people do something strange for some change. So therefore, they be incentivized for them lies. Alright? So you gotta realize, okay, get real, realize, and understand that, you know, when they say in God we trust and they put that shit on the money and they be coming around killing people for my money, mammon, alright? They be worshiping my money, mammon, alright? And people die over that shit. That's sacrifice, that's blood, alright? That's ritual. And it's no wonder that's the reason why it's called money. Because it's mammon. When you apply yourself to it, it's my money, mammon. Alright, so they worship mammon as God. Alright, they worship money as God. So the shit it's the author of confusion. Like I said, people do something strange for some change. And they say money changes people. Oh, alright, so can I get some change? That's all people talk about. Y'all be voting people in on change the world. Anyway, so the whole point is, and that be the most richest people in the world talking about they gonna change the world, and all they doing is taking more of it. Anyway, to make it more ridiculous to where they saying, like I said, they're when Yashaya said, greater is he in me than there is in all of the world. Alright, well, they're trying to put money up as God so much to say you can accrue more debt in money than there is worth on the earth. That's when they say your ass owed $38 trillion in debt. And it take over 1.2 million years if you counted every second. It would take over 1.2 million years to count to 38 trillion. You ain't been counting money that long. Alright? The records ain't been that long. Time ain't been getting kept that long. Y'all still making shit up. Alright? So this is getting out of hand. Like, that's cap. You know what I mean? When you reach that cap, see, like I said, that's y'all talking about. Like, I was like, what kind of debt is that? Y'all talking about interest? That's just some exponential or nothing type shit. Like double or nothing. Screw that. That's like exponential or nothing. You know what I mean? Like ridiculous type shit. What are you talking about? 38 trillion in debt. Alexa won't even count to 1 million. And that's your claim to fame, which you're staking all the money on in the first damn place, is your damn intelligence. And that's the artificial intelligence is saying you ain't that damn smart, proving that right in the first damn place. So, like I said, y'all worshiping God as money and just laughing and mocking you in your face and telling you silly shit like $38 trillion in debt. When you look at, like I said, when the math don't math. You say, how long does it take to create a dollar? If you're taking the lowest common denominator as $1, and you say, how long does it take to make $1? I mean, create $1 out of, from a thought to a bill in your hand. All right. So how long does it take to make $1? All right, more than a second, right? All right. So it said if you count every second to get to 38 trillion, it'll be 1.2 million years. So how do you figure and come up with $38 trillion? Like I said, you're saying that's a country that owes that. There ain't that much money in the world. You can't show it, period. All right? You can't show that in dollars, period. So, like I said, it's just mockery to the mind of those that are deceived, that trust your science calculations and bullshit. You know what I mean? Because it's all it really is. It's a big show. You know what I mean? It's a shit show. Because it's ridiculous. It's just flat out in your face mockery. You know what I mean? That's some kitchen sink stuff. Like for people that like math is seriously, like, you guys intimidate people with math. But people that are not intimidated look at you like, oh, no, that's like some Doctor Strange, some Dr. Evil shit. When he was like, $1 million. And it was like, dude, that's not even a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to ask, what do you say, $1,000 or something? $1 million is like, that's not a lot of money. Okay. So, well, saying $38 trillion, you're gonna look at the dude and be like, bro, there ain't that much. You can't. No one's alive long enough to count that many dollars. There hasn't been enough time to make that many dollars. It takes longer than a second to make $1, and if you count it for every second, it would take 1.2 million years to make that much dollars. There's no place to store that many dollars. Like stupid type of shit. You understand? Do you understand? Type shit. You know what I mean? How many times around the earth would $38 trillion go? You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about this type of shit. You talking about the rings of Saturn type shit. You guys are tripping. All right, get your mind right. Stop listening to these cats talking about all this crazy ass, and y'all invest in it, and then y'all get sucked up in it like a black hole. Just straight up witchcraft, bro. Straight up witchcraft. That's all this shit is, bro. You look at the money, it's got all the signs and symbols and sigils and all that ancient god worship, bro. I'm trying to tell you, fam, you guys are screwed on that. That's some straight up satanic shit. You need to come up out of Babylon, because that's confusion right there. And money, Mammon, is the author of confusion. Alright? So you need to get back to Yah. You understand? You need to get back to Yah. You need to repent. Because like I said, man, they're clearly saying to your face that money is worth more than all of this world and everything in it. Like, and then it goes from there to just blasphemy. It's like, oh, we can buy heaven, we can buy everything. The Most High already told you can't even buy that shit. He said no, like that. You cannot buy your way in heaven. Like, come on, bro. Like, it'd be easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to make his way into heaven. No, bro, you're not getting it. Not like that. Hell no. $38 trillion in debt. Who the hell are you fooling? That's, like I said, that's fighting words, bro. Like, people just like, I don't get it. Like, you guys don't take it to heart. You don't look at words as living. Like, obviously these people say enough dead end shit to where you don't believe anything, because that's all the pollution that you see. You don't see nobody speaking the truth. When somebody speaks the truth and the shit come true, it ain't just speaking the truth. The shit happens. The shit is living. The shit is real. And it ain't just because that person spoke it. It's always been around. You know what I mean? All you're doing is super saturating and manifesting this stuff. You know what I mean? You clearing up the air and showing what's there. That's what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that money ain't gonna do for you. Not another. All that money gonna put more pollution and more clouds in the air. That's all that really is. Period. They doing it for incentivize. They incentivize into sin. You know what I mean? Incentivize for deception. Authors of confusion. Money. Mammon. And that's the language that you speak. That's legion. That's law. That's your ology. That's your alliance. That's your allegiance. So, miss me with the bullshit, bro. I call it out the way it is. I don't need to see it. I hear it. You know, because they say money talks. So, you guys are up there talking about the bullshit walks where you're definitely following what you see and you ain't listening to what you hear. So, I'm telling you so sincere right now. Like, chop that shit up, flip it and reverse it, and understand what it really is. Because that's all they really did was flip it and reverse it on you, so you don't know what it is. You gotta flip it and reverse it back and understand where it came from. Alright? This ain't nothing new under the sun. The money they talking about buying the sun. Come on, bro. Bill Gates type stuff. You guys is blasphemy type stuff. Come on, fam. Don't even come down. Don't play around, fam. You're gonna get stamped out. Stamped out. Hot. Stamped. Branded. Gold branded. Let's go Brandon. Phew. Yeah. Phew. Hades is gonna be hot. Anyway, yeah, man. It's just blasphemy type stuff, bro. You guys are tripping. $38 trillion. It's just, like I said, how can the messenger be greater than the one who sent them? Like that's alien talk. We got astronomical numbers up in here. You ever talking about some Jupiter rising type shit? It's a satanic shit. I'm trying to tell you, fam. You gotta understand what you 888 that's satanic straight up. That's Hades straight up. Trying to tell y'all hell is hot type shit. That's the message. That's what they talking about. They talking about branding your ass. They talking about Earth is for sale type shit. They're not. You gotta read between the lines. You gotta read the implications. And the implications is what you should be devouring. Yeah, they say some shit, but what does it imply? That's what you need to be consuming. Eat that shit. Oh, that's where the truth is at. The implications. Yeah, they mocking us to our face. Eat that shit up. That's some humble pie right there. Like, oh man, we getting mocked to our face, but you can't see it. Oh man, you're gonna be eating that bullshit. You're gonna be sucking that up like everybody else. You're gonna be sucking that up, and you're gonna wonder why when it all comes in, all down in your eye. It's gonna be nasty, boy. Y'all, it's gonna be. You're gonna wish you could tear your eyes out, like the way that the lies have spun so deep into this world. You're gonna wish you could tear your eyes out if that shit come true while you're alive. If everything's revealed while you're alive. That's why they say 75 years for some shit to come out that you gotta take inside of your body. So by the time you die, you'll never know type shit. Come on, bro. Like, they telling you to your face, they mocking you, they F you. FMR. FEMA. Okay. You understand? Straight to your face. Anyway, so like I said, fam, like you guys gotta get real on this. You gotta get real on this. You gotta get real on this. You gotta be a king. A king. Stick by your word, man. A man of your word, because that's all you really got in this world and beyond. You know, this world is temporary, but that the word is forever. You know what I mean? That paves the way, builds. It is the way, fam. Trust me. It lights the way. The word is living. Totally lights the way. There's a lot that comes with it. But if you just let this just run you over, boy, you're gonna be deep off in shit. I'm trying to tell you guys are falling for that debt that held Hades 3.8. Y'all be talking when y'all see a 3.6, y'all be like, oh, it's 3.6, oh shit. That's like saying 666, oh shit. Oh, that's some satanic shit, oh shit. But y'all don't when y'all see the 3.8 trillion, y'all don't understand what they really saying. Yeah, that just death and Hades, nigga. That's what the hell they saying. Come on, now what you talking about? Death and Hades. That's what they talking about. They saying this time is up. Your flesh is irrelevant. And you owe it, pretty much. They saying they gonna take it out of your flesh, out of the earth, out of the flesh, out of the air. They taking it all. And y'all still playing around, go drinking, happy, having fun. Y'all not listening to the war. Y'all ignore when they talking war. Money, God, war. Y'all need to go listen to freaking King Los on that. King Los is killing that track. God, Money, War. That was a kick-ass album. All right. So, but anyway, I'm just letting y'all know, like, that's when you hear one talk, you're hearing the other. This is the way that this world, the God of this world, works. It's a counterfeit of the true Most High, because the true Most High, when you call on Him, you call on His Son and His Spirit. So a lot of things you're not just calling on Him. So the counterfeit will do the same with this world. So when you call on God, you call on money and you call on war. You call on war, you call on God and you call on money. When you call on money, you call on war and you call on God. So you get it? So like, that's why I try to tell y'all about the Jesus thing. I was like, look, man, the word Jesus don't even go with the word God. So you guys are already like tripping. Like when He says, my name is in my Father's name, you guys are totally still off balance on that. And when you don't repent, like He said, like what's the word repent for? Go back. It means get back to the root. He keeps trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't listen. Be hard-headed, but it's all good. Headed in the wrong direction. Big-headed ass niggas. Anyway, anyway, I'm just trying to let y'all know. His name is Yashaya. You know? When you call on Hayashaya, you call on Yashaya. And that's the way it is, period. You know what I mean? And they're both Yashar. You know what I mean? That's right. So, and that's yes sir. That's what we get make sure. That's what we get measure. That's what we do. That's what men do. You know? We measure and make sure. That's why I be measuring and make sure that this shit don't add up. Shit ain't mathing. Math ain't mathing. You know what I mean? That's how I can it's just plain to hear. I don't need to even see it. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen no $38 trillion to know that shit ain't real. Come on, bro. You guys are tripping. You guys are really, really, really tripping if you're believing that and just investing in this shit and going along with it, fam. It's scary. The scariest shit in the world is you guys believing this shit. That's the scariest shit in this world. People want to hide from y'all people that just eat this shit up. People want to hide and get away from you. That's why that's trying to tell y'all, fam. People want to run and hide, pull out and run away because of how many retarded people around them are not really constituents of their words. They're not, whole. They'll say one thing and do another, and then they just believe that that's the way the world is, so they don't take the value of a word as living, and they don't understand the messages and the world that the word is. They don't understand the truth, the light of the way. And that's confusion. And like I said, money. People do strange things for money. Strange for some change. You'll be a whole human being until your ass got to work for some money, and all of a sudden now you're just a damn robot. You just do anything for the money. I just following orders. Why? Because I gotta feed my family. Why? Because that's the way society is, or else they just throw your ass into a blender, pretty much. But yeah. So yeah, man. Like, communication is key, fam. Everybody's just got to be on the same page, man. You guys got to communicate. You got to make sure that the people around you, your neighbor is not sucking this shit up, because they're going to turn on your ass like a zombie when that time comes. They're gonna do something strange for that change. All right. So yeah, man, you guys gotta be men of your word, man. The word is way more. Blessings come through. The world will change overnight with the word. Money won't do that shit, but the word will, 100%. Science cannot measure that, definitely. But the word can shot call that every time, 100%. But best believe that. It was created in the end from the beginning from the end. So too shall it be. I'm trying to tell you cats. Alright, fam? So believe that the Most High, He is the Word is He. It is your blood. Every man's blood that is living, has breath, that is the word that comes out of your mouth. And yes, the body is weak, but the spirit is always willing. So when you are called, yes, you best believe that you could be called out of your body by name, by the word, and there is nothing in this world that can stop it. Period. When your time is up, your money is up, your God is up, and your war against the Most High is over. Truth be the light and the way. The truth make you free. On that note, to the Rabbi Haya Shah Haya Kadosh Kadash Kadesh, to the Rabbi Shai Kadosh Kadash Kadosh, to the Rabbi Hebruah Kokma Asaya Kadosh Kadash Kadesh, Ashar Yesharum.